Hi, I'm Sam and welcome to my Southern Rustic Kitchen. This week I'm going to share with you some of the meals that I made during spring break. So come join me in the kitchen and let's make some delicious meals. Alright, for dinner tonight I'm going to be making some chili cheese tots. These are one of my favorites. I get it all the time when I go to Sonic. I have for years, but we're going to make them at home today. So I've got some seasoned tater tots here. I'm just going to add these to the air fryer, get them all nice and crispy. I've got some chili here that I made a couple of months ago that I just had in the freezer, and I just took it out and let it thaw. And some cheddar cheese. Now you can use whatever chili is your favorite. It will work just fine. So I've got my oven preheated to 425 degrees because we're going to put this in the oven just to melt the cheese. I've got a 9 by 12 inch baking dish greased and ready to go. So I'm going to get these in the air fryer, get this on the stove in a pot to heat up. Alright, so here is the chili cheese tots. All I did was bake the tots in the air fryer for about 15 minutes till they were nice and crispy. Topped it with the chili and then topped it with the cheese. Now I'm just going to put this in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes just until that cheese is nice and melted and bubbly on top. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Alright, so here are the chili cheese tots. I just pulled them out of the oven, and I'm just going to let them sit here for a minute or two, and I'm going to make a salad to go along with it, and then I'll make my plate. Alright, here is my plate. I just have the chili cheese tots here. These are absolutely delicious. These are one of my favorites, and I try to make them a lot because we don't really get to go to Sonic that often, so I love making these at home. And then I just have a side salad to go along with it. It's just a bed of mixed greens, tomatoes, some mini peppers, some like little bacon bits, and ranch dressing to go on the top. And this was absolutely delicious. Alright, here is my plate. I just made a simple chicken bacon ranch wraps with some fries. It's very easy to make. All I did was took some pre-cooked chicken and kind of cooked that in the air fryer, as well as some bacon, just to have that handy when I make the wraps. And then I just put the tortillas on the open flame on the stove for about 10 to 15 seconds per side. And then I just assembled it. I just have some spring mix, the bacon, the chicken tenders, and some ranch dressing, and I just kind of rolled it up to make a wrap. And then I just served it alongside with some fries. These are the Arby's fries that you get in the freezer section, and this was absolutely delicious, and it filled our bellies. For dinner tonight, I'm going to make one of my go-to recipes for busy days, especially during the summertime. It's a very easy and simple meal. All you're going to need is some spaghetti noodles, tomatoes, chicken broth, Parmesan cheese, lemon zest, lemon juice, garlic, diced pancetta, salt and pepper, and whatever seasoning that you like. I'm going to do some parsley and some red pepper flakes. And I've got a side of bread here that I made a couple of days ago, so I need to use that up. So I'm just going to toast that up and make some garlic bread out of it. And it's going to make a delicious meal. Alright, so I've got all of my ingredients here set out and ready to go. I'm going to start by preheating my cast iron skillet on a medium-low flame, and I'm going to just add just a little bit of olive oil to the pan, about a quarter of a cup, because you're going to need that to help make the sauce later. Now I'm just going to add in my diced pancetta. If you can't find it or you don't have any, you can certainly sub this out for bacon. I'm just going to cook this until it's nice and crispy. You can cook this to your desired texture. That is completely up to you. And then I'm going to remove it and place it on a paper towel lined plate to drain any excess grease from the pancetta. Alright, now that I have the pancetta removed, all I'm going to do now is put my pasta on to cook. I've already got some water that has been salted and it's back to boiling. I'm just going to put the pasta in there and cook it according to the package directions. I'm going to take it out just a little bit shy of done where it's al dente. And then I'm going to add in my garlic to my pan and cook that for about 10 to 15 seconds. Alright, so I've added in my tomatoes. I'm going to go ahead and add in my chicken broth as well as some salt, pepper, red pepper flakes, and my parsley. And I'm just going to let this cook for about 5 to 10 minutes just until those tomatoes start to pop. And then you want to go in with a spoon or a potato masher and kind of mash those tomatoes up just a little bit. Alright, so the tomatoes have been cooking just over 10 minutes and they are nice and soft. So I'm just going to use the back of my spoon and kind of smash those down, and it's going to help create a nice sauce. Alright, now that we have created that nice sauce, we're going to go in and flavor it. First, I'm going to go in with a little bit of lemon zest. Now I'm just going to add in some lemon juice. You can do the juice of half of a lemon, but I'm going to add the juice of the entire lemon, and it's just going to brighten this dish up. Now I'm just going to go in and give this a stir, make sure everything is nice and combined. I'm going to check the seasoning to make sure if I need to add any more salt or pepper or red pepper flakes. And then I'm going to turn this down to low, and it's going to hang out here until the pasta is ready to add to the sauce. Alright, so the pasta is ready to go into the sauce. I'm going to go ahead and add in my diced pancetta. Like I said, you can use a bacon. And I'm just going to give that a little stir. Make sure it's nice and combined. And then I'm going to add in my pasta. And before I mix the pasta in with the sauce, I'm going to top it with some grated Parmesan cheese. And it's just going to help make everything nice and creamy and combined. Now we're just going to mix this up, and if the pasta sauce is a little bit too thick for you, you can go ahead and add some of that pasta water, and it's going to thin that sauce down a little bit and make it extra creamy and so delicious. So this is ready to go. I've got my garlic bread already done, so I'm going to go ahead and plate this up, and I will show you my plate. Alright, here is my plate. I just topped the pasta with a little bit more Parmesan cheese and a little bit of dried parsley. And I just sliced up some bread, put that in the air fryer until it was nice and toasted. I took it out and grated a little bit of garlic on the top and added some Parmesan cheese and put it back in the toaster until that cheese was kind of lightly melted. And you guys, this was absolutely delicious. Today I'm making a air fryer 5-spice sticky chicken. This is a recipe that come in a recipe book with my Kasori air fryer. If I can find this recipe online, I will link it below for you guys. I should be able to find it. It's a very, very easy recipe. So for this recipe, here's everything you're going to need. You're going to need some hoisin sauce, oyster sauce, Chinese 5-spice powder, some honey that's been divided, garlic, and some dark soy sauce. If you don't have dark soy sauce, you can just use regular soy sauce. It will work just fine. And you're going to need some chicken thighs. So what we're going to do first to our bag with the chicken, you're going to add 3 tablespoons of hoisin sauce, 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, 3 cloves of minced garlic, 2 teaspoons of Chinese 5-spice powder, 2 tablespoons of honey, 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce into the bag, and then you're just going to mix this together until it's well combined, and then you're going to let this marinate. You can do this the day before, up to an hour before you are ready to cook the chicken. While the chicken is marinating, I'm just going to go ahead and mix up the remaining honey and dark soy sauce until it's nice and combined, and then I'm just going to set this to the side until we are ready to cook the chicken. I am preheating my air fryer to 380 degrees for about 5 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get the chicken ready to go in the air fryer. So I've added the chicken to the air fryer basket, and I'm going to hit the chicken function button on this air fryer, and I'm going to preset it to 15 minutes at 380 degrees. And I'm going to let this cook for about 15 minutes before we flip it over. Okay, so the chicken has cooked for 15 minutes. All I did was open it up, flip the chicken over, and I'm going to take the remaining sauce that we mixed up earlier, the honey and the dark soy sauce, and drizzle that over the top. And I'm going to take a brush and kind of brush it over the chicken. I'm going to put this back in at 380 degrees for another 8 to 10 minutes. You can check the temperature of the chicken with a meat thermometer. Just make sure it reads between 160 to 165 on the meat thermometer. Alright, here is the chicken right when it comes out of the air fryer. I just took it out and put it in a serving dish, and I topped it with a little bit of sesame seeds. And you guys, this chicken, it smelled so good cooking. It was absolutely delicious. But I've got some rice that I cooked up and some sweet chili broccoli. So I'm going to go ahead and make my plate, and then I'll show you my plate. Alright, you guys, here is my plate. I have the 5-spice sticky chicken here, as well as some rice and sweet chili broccoli. You guys, this was so good. I think this one and the pasta was my daughter's favorite, but this was absolutely delicious. Alright, that is it for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. My husband will be home next week, and I really don't know what I'm going to make next week. I want to try to get something up for you guys, so hopefully I can get my limoncello cheesecake up for you guys. That is one of our favorite springtime and summertime desserts, so hopefully I can get that up for you guys. And that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.